I say, I don't need to be the only presenter on this show. If you want to take a slot or co-host with me or whatever, then just PM me, messenger me on the fan page, Project Smile Project Smile MF, and I'll hook you up with a presenter link. Sorry, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so let me just see what's going on here, and let me just start that, of course, and let me turn the audio on, because the audio is the thing that always worries me. Yeah. And I'll hook you up with a... Okay, that's working. Okay, let's see what the tube is doing. Let me just do that again. Maybe. Where are we? Which one of these is live? Hang on. I'm not got any of them live. Hang on, just 1 second. Let's just set reminder. I don't quite understand that. Maybe it's that one. Is it this one? I'm confused. Okay, let's see what the tube is doing. Let's do that again. Okay, I think that's happening. Okay, so that might be the link then. All right, so let's just take the link for that one. And let's also stick it here. Okay, so as far as I know, we're on YouTube and Facebook, which is brilliant. So you comment on either. I'll try and catch them on either. And we'll see how we go. Anyway, so let's start. Let me just change this so that you can see what I'm doing. I forgot what I'm doing, of course. It's not that, it's that. That's why it's not going well. Right, there we go. Share screen, application window, this browser here. There we go. And you can see that. And possibly, yes. No, just waiting for that to happen. Is that still running? Maybe. Let's just see if YouTube's caught up. Yes, of course, that's what I'm showing on the browser. Sorry, I thought it should have changed, but I haven't changed it. Okay, let's change it. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's number 9. Damn, I've got the number wrong. Okay, anyway, it's number 9. Let's see if YouTube catches up. Come on. So there's a little bit of a time lag between, there we go, what I'm doing and what it's showing. So there we go. So hopefully that will happen. And I think it's still going. Come on, Facebook. Wake up. Do. Okay, the lag to Facebook seems to be longer than to YouTube. I don't know why that is. Right, that's definitely happening. That's... Oh, maybe I hadn't... Okay, I hadn't clicked start. Okay, brilliant. Here we go then. Right, so, and I'm recording it. Right, brilliant. So, welcome to tonight's show, The Real You. This is episode number 9, apparently. I got the number wrong. And we've changed the name of the show to The Real You to, make it more congruent with what we're, talking about, and to avoid any confusion with anything else. So, as I said, we've covered a lot of ground so far. This is only show 9, but we've covered an awful lot of things. But somebody posted in the forum today that why wasn't there any content to handle, being at home more. And I thought, we'd kind of done that, but then he explained that, he's been working from home, for decades. So he's no newcomer to to working at home. So what did he mean? So he meant that emotionally being at home and working at home, and in particular how to cope emotionally with being at home, but not really working from home, because he knows how to do that. So let's call this a dual sword or something. So it's the dual sword of working from home and living at home. I know living at home sounds weird, but I mean, having to be at home, being socially isolated, all that kind of stuff. How do we cope with that? So, yesterday we certainly covered how that, is different for work, and I gave you loads of ways to cope with that, and to make it, a really enjoyable experience. So the question is, what is the difference, with living at home with the social distancing thing going on, and the first thing is, the change of scene. Sorry, it should be off. Is different. So in other words, we don't necessarily get one. Also, I think it's the feeling of being cut off, in that you may not even do it very often, but you can't visit friends and family, or even your partner, if they're not with you. If they're not with you, and also, I think the big one is the purpose, and then the second one is the feelings of isolation, and in particular, sharing, I guess. So I remember getting rid of this cough. And what else? If you've got some other ideas, comment below this video, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube, and I'll see if you've come up with anything else. And sorry, the other thing I think for me is the feeling of being trapped, which for me represents in Groundhog Day, that you're living the same day over and over, and also limited options and variety. Okay, and then also I think we've got the extra emotional stress of close confined, whoever it is, whether it's family or partners, or even flatmates. Maybe you live, kind of house share thing. So they're not friends and family, but you're still, I don't want to say stuck with them, but you're still in the same situation as them. Okay, because that could be a positive. It doesn't. Stuck with them is a kind of self-talk, negative self-talk thing. So we're not stuck with anything. Okay, so they're probably the main feelings that I'm having, and I suspect yours is the same. That's apparently 7 of them. So let me just check if you have any comments about that. No. So I was basically saying, comment here if you have feelings about home isolation, and let's stick that over here as well. Okay, so they're not rushing in, so I'm assuming that actually I'm going to pause that to stop the load on it, I think. And I'm going to, what's happened to that? Oh, that's from there. Okay, and I'm going to pause. Yes, I put that in the wrong place again. Why do I do that? Okay, it's supposed to be up here. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to pause that one as well to try and cut down the thing on that. But hopefully the comments still work. So, yeah, so that's what I think. You know, that's what's affected me so far. From being at home, not working at home, because again, I've worked from home for decades. It's not new to me. But being at home, without options is new to me. So let's talk about these briefly. I think. Let me just duplicate that and highlight it. So the first one, change of scene. Okay, so the first thing is that even in lockdown we are allowed to go out. For 4 reasons. I only remember the first 2, to be honest, which is for food and for exercise. And at the moment we can do that, and it's good. And even if you don't normally exercise, I advise you do that because I went out yesterday and it was a nice day, and I just looked at the sky for a little while, and I walked a little bit extra than normal, and it was good. It was a really good change to be outside in the fresh air. The streets were very empty. Only kind of really, saw one other person. So that's a bit weird, but we're not, going out to meet people. We're going out to, get a change of scene, basically. So that's the first thing. The other thing is, I know we covered this in terms of work, really, but it's still going to apply to social living as well, being at home. And it is very important that we change rooms, and particularly that we change rooms, for purposes. Okay, so what I mean by that in particular is eat in another room or another space, or do something. If you've got a very small flat or something, then change seats and change the direction it looks at, change the picture that's hanging on the wall, change the lighting. So I've been working with my little lava lamp. No, actually, it's not a lava lamp, is it? It's a well, no, it is a lava lamp, but it's not the lava lamp where the liquid floats up and down in different shapes. This is a lump of lava rock, okay, with a bulb in it. So it's a lava lamp. Well, no, the other one's called a lava. I'm not sure why they're both called lava lamps. I think mine's called a lava lamp. I'm even doubting my own sanity now. But I have this lava lamp on, or at least I'm calling it a lava lamp. But it's a block of lava with a bulb in it. Okay, it's not one of the floaty things. Well, the floaty things are quite nice as well. But it does several things. So one is that maybe it isn't lava. I think it's rock salt. That's what it is. That's why it's different. It's a rock salt lamp. Sorry, that's I've confused myself. Yeah, so it's a rock salt lamp. And the thing about the rock salt lamps is obviously they've got a very nice kind of pattern glow, but also, as the rock heats up, it gives off, some of its rock salt, ions. And negative ions are usually good for us and clear the air and stuff, and also because it's kind of red glow and it's patterned, it puts me in a good mood and it makes me feel warm. Okay, it's not actually very hot in itself at all, but it makes me feel warm and safe, even though it's red, and it looks a bit like lava, but it's actually red rock salt, I think. I'm pretty sure. I'll kind of come back to that because my mind's actually gone there. But it's it's a lamp with a bulb in it, and it makes me happy. That's the point. But so that's one of the changes things that we can have. So where I'm being for the day, that's where my rock salt lamp is. Okay. Also, different chair, different direction, different painting on the wall. a poster on the wall. You can, get a new thing on the wall however you want to do it. If you've got a whiteboard, you can do on that. You can, just hang bits of paper up with blue tack and make your own painting. Make one of those three-way, panel paintings, and and all that kind of stuff. And and when you're chilling, obviously you can actually chill on the sofa or recline your chair or whatever. But whatever you can do to change, your environment, to change the room that you're in and the way that room is, what its function is. And as I say, when you go to eat, don't eat, while you're watching TV, okay, or whatever you're doing to chill. And this is really important. So I don't want you to think this doesn't matter, but try it, do it, and see how much difference it makes. So do not eat while, well, to be honest, anything. Okay, but in particular, relaxing. So don't have a TV dinner. Don't eat your dinner in front of the TV. Okay, actually go and specifically to the kitchen or wherever, and specifically eat. Okay, and don't do anything else. And during that eating, then if you've got people with you, you can have a conversation. Okay, and if you're not going to do that, you can listen, to the radio or some music or whatever you want. Okay, but listen, don't have a TV on or a movie on in where you're eating. Okay, when we want to take these 20-40 minutes of eating, to be a change of scene. We want to unwind and be free and float, if you like, without having continual escapism from the TV. Okay, or from if you playing music, like in a kind of concert mode, if that's your main way of relaxing, or reading a book. Okay, we want to break all of those habits, for these 20-40 minutes, and go and eat in a separate place. Okay, whatever that is, and and do that. And it will make a big difference, because we do need these changes of scenery, and we don't want to, we need to try and avoid, this sedimentary lifestyle, which, social living is going to create, in us. So, we need to be active, we need to move about, and we need to do this sort of thing. And another one, I'm one of the least qualified people in the world to talk about this, because I'm a little bit overweight, not hugely overweight, but a little bit. But exercise. So again, having 30 minutes of exercise or whatever it is, or even if you, if you're like me, if you just take, it's actually less than 10 minutes, to be honest. So, and I've forgotten the name of the thing, but there's something like HIT, but it's the hyper intensive exercise, and basically you can get an hour workout in 2 minutes. Okay, because you really kind of push it, and they've done various tests on this, and the general kind of consensus at the moment, or generally I think is that it can be very effective if you do this. But and even if HIT isn't good for you, one of the things that I'm supposed to do, and it's going to sound very odd, is I'm supposed to slide my back up and down the wall, right? Into kind of a squat, and that might only, that probably takes less than 5 minutes, but I should, do that. And again, this is going to sound weird, but again, to do that, to get a change of scene, I actually do this in the toilet, not because of any reason other than the wall is always clear, so that I can actually just do it, and also there's nothing else in the room to distract me, and I know that I'm I've gone there to do these back squats. and they help my back and posture and everything enormously. So, but it's been very hard to get into the habit of doing that, and this is almost helpful in that we're getting, a routine and a habit to change scene, basically. And I'm going to put that as a title, I think, routine and habit to change scene. Okay, so I've already given you, quite a few there. So yeah, we're going to eat in a different place. We're going to relax in a different place to where we work. We're going to be in a different place when we're kind of doing group functions. We're going to be in a different place when we do solo functions like reading. We're going to, be in a different place when we're doing the exercises, and that kind of thing. Okay, so yeah, we've already got quite a lot of variety in that, and of course, don't forget that at the moment, at least anyway, we can still go for a walk or a run or whatever. Okay, and generally, probably you're always going to be able to go in your garden. And if you've got a garden, then that's certainly another place that you should add to your list of different scenes. But you can always stand on your porch, or outside your front door. I don't have a porch either. So stand outside your front door, and as I say, we can go for a walk or a run, in the big wide world. And again, really the secret, I think, to all of these is just to vary it and to develop a routine. Okay, I know it's weird to think that we need a routine, in such a small space and everything, but routine is really the thing, because you'll get some kind of regularity and so what I'm looking for, but kind of calmness in your life. So if at 3 o'clock, you're going to move from wherever you are and stop whatever you're doing and just go and sit and have coffee in another space, and actually have a conversation with anybody who's there. And if you're on your own, you can just ring them up on the phone. Okay. And again, having a regular time when you ring people on the phone, again, that's another great, another great event, if you like. Okay, to kind of get this to happen. Okay, so I don't know what spot wrong there. Anyway, okay, I'm just gonna have to take that down a bit, I'm afraid. Sorry. Get it to fit. Right, there we are. Okay, so that's one of them. Let's just do another one quickly. So hopefully you find that useful, because it should be. Okay, I'll just do them in order. I think it's worth doing all 7 of these just to give you some ideas. And if you disagree with me and you think I'm talking nonsense, then please comment and tell me that, because this is supposed to be a conversation, not me doing a presentation or preaching. But the show's only nine days old now, and we haven't built up steam yet. So there we go. So anyway, so feeling cut off, not being able to visit friends and family and that kind of thing. So again, I know I'm going to sound like a broken record, but basically we need to have a routine and an event. Okay, so one of the things about when you go and see friends and stuff is you make an appointment effectively. You say, or a commitment, I should say, really, where you say, at 5 p.m. Let's get together. Normally we would say, for a drink at the pub or something. So now we're just going to change that to basically the digital version of this. Okay, but we still can have the event, and we can still both be drinking, and we could even both see each other drinking, or a group of us, whatever it is, and we could still do, pop quiz kind of thing. Okay, and have a group of people all on the call at the same time, and we can still get together and have a laugh. We can still see the same things and share the same things, It's just that we need to do this now in the digital domain. Okay, and I don't think it's so different. It has some advantages, and it's just about the discipline of doing it, in this kind of way. But if you make it an appointment and a commitment, okay, because that's what we do when we get together socially, normally. That's going to be the thing that's going to make the difference, because you're committing to the thing, and you've got a time deadline to do. You're going to be on a video call or whatever it is, and as I said several times, you can use Skype for free. To do a little mini video conference call. There'll be other places, as well that do it, but that's the one that springs to my mind. Where you can all see each other, at the same time. Whereas, unlike this, which is a kind of webinar, it's more of a presentation normally, where everyone's looking at you, but you're not really looking at them. So as I say, these Skype group video calls, I think it's 6 or 9, I can't remember. You can do them for free. You can all do it on your mobile phone if you want, so you don't even need a webcam or a headset, because it's all built on your phone. But the important thing is to make the appointment, okay, and to have the discipline. Okay, I know it's not a word we normally like. Have the discipline to meet at a preset time, okay, and that will make it, give you something to look forward to, and give you something to work towards, because you're not going to be on camera, and so you're going to need to comb your hair or whatever it is you're going to do, put clothes on, that kind of thing. I know it's unusual. I'm teasing you there. Anyway, but that's what we can do. And again, there's nothing to stop us, kind of spreading that routine to be different people on different days. Okay, and I know it's kind of counterintuitive, but rather than having, living this as, intuitive, I think that's right. Rather than having a free for all, okay, we really do want this discipline versus a free for all. That doesn't mean that that we don't want people to ring us when they need us or feel like it or whatever. But on top of that, the actual social get together, we still need to have as a social get together. Okay, your friends are going to ring you with problems, any time of the day, at work or at home or wherever, and that's still going to go on. Okay, but the social get together, that's the thing we need to discipline, because we're getting everybody together at the same time, and they need to then choose to be with you. Okay, and that's all part of of the event. Be with you. But it's the discipline of setting that appointment, of making that commitment, of looking forward to it, of preparing for it, of getting ready for it, of shutting everything else off, for that particular time and appointment. And again, all of that's going to make it feel, like normal, in that it's a proper meetup. Okay, as I say, the only difference is really now is that it's probably a digital meetup, but that isn't really a huge problem once you get into it. Okay, once you get into it, it's not really gonna affect you so much. Okay, so this is the harder one, isn't it? Well, okay, so purpose. Okay, so we have to do some deep dive reaching here, aren't we? So the problem, the problem with this is that normally, well, not normally, but for a large number of people, work is their life. Okay, and the environment, and with that, I could also mean school or college or whatever. And everything that and the environment that's associated with that, the water cooler, to some extent the journey in, although that's something we should be really pleased to, and back. That's something we should be really pleased to ditch because, as I said yesterday, I don't know anybody who loves being in traffic jams, or traveling on public transport. I've yet to meet them, but I haven't met you, so maybe that's your thing. In which case, I'm sorry, I can't help you. But that environment, and all that, and the also the camaraderie, which I definitely can't spell. How is it spelled? Do we know? It's not that apparently. Anyway, the camaraderie of that, and the joint purpose of that, and the achievement, of actually doing the work. Okay, they're all things that we get from work, so it's not surprising. And that's being kind of knocked on the head now because even if you're working from home, you haven't got all of that, and also the achievement that you feel is probably very different. But going back to the point, so a lot of people, for many people, work or school is their life. That's when they get together, and then we have our social circle. We have our social circle, and then we have our family and friends circle, and then for some people, then the only thing they've either got is to look forward to their 2 weeks holiday per year, and and their relaxation routine, whatever that is. And for some people, sadly, that's going to be drinking, which I don't condone, but that's just me. But it's not good for your health, so there is that. But it could be drinking, TV, maybe listening to music. For some people, cooking and gardening. For some people, will have hobbies as well, which may or may not be considered part of the relaxation. But the relaxation really, I'm thinking is really about escapism. Okay? It's just a way to ditch reality for something else. And I understand why that's appealing, and that's fine. And for some people, that's kind of all they have. So when we take this big 8-hour workday chunk out of it, it is quite scary. It's a big difference. And how do we cope with that? So if we're bizarre to say, isn't it? But if we're lucky enough to be able to work at home, then we can still put some of that back in. Okay, but this is the problem with this in that this is kind of how empty people's lives are at the best of times. And as I say, when we take the big work chunk out and when we impact on the social circle, although we kind of covered that in number 2 a minute ago, we've still got the these other things that we can do, and they're all kind of still okay. So I think it's mainly just the first 2 are the big impact. As I say, number 2 we've covered in number 2, and so it's just a case of what we replace work with, I guess. But for lucky people, and I count myself, in that, I think I'm very lucky, is that we have creative urges, I can call them. It doesn't sound very healthy, does it? But I mean that in a good way. And we want to do something. we want to build something, we want to create something. So yeah, rather than just listening to music, it might be composing music. Rather than just reading a book, it might be writing a novel. Okay, rather than just whatever it might be, making a comic from scratch. It might be doing art. It might be dressmaking or knitting. Okay, so that's there maybe we could argue that there maybe they're hobbies. But I guess these are all, technically hobbies if you don't do them professionally. But, nonetheless, you're creating something. Some people are really into cooking and gardening, as we already said. But, so they're really good activities again. And again, you're building and creating something. So, I think that's good. And the other thing about some of us are almost forced, if you like, to grow. Okay, so by that I mean self-discovery, new experiences, learning new things, understanding things, including yourself. Understanding other people, that's an eternal mystery that needs to be solved. Your view of the world, the way you understand the universe. Maybe you're religious, so there's that as well. I'm not, but you may well be. It's things that basically are bigger than ourselves. Okay, it's all part of that, and making that a part of of you, and many people do meditation and yoga, and lucid dreaming, and some people just want to get new skills, and maybe they want to learn hypnotherapy or NLP, to try and kind of improve how they can manage themselves. Okay, so there's hundreds and thousands of ideas out there, really, and it's just a case of what appeals to you. And I don't know that because you're not telling me in the comments, and you're not requesting to come on the show and tell me physically. So I'm not seeing any comments at the moment, but basically what floats your boat. Okay, so we're looking at life purpose here. Okay, because as I say, even at the best of times, a lot of people don't have life purpose. So that's it's a big issue, and it's a lot of people feel unfulfilled. But this is a time, this is an opportunity when you can try and work out what that is for you. So that what I've told you is just some of the ideas. And there's nothing. There is no. What's the word I'm looking for? There are no rules here. Okay. So what do I mean by that? So what I mean by that is that there are no standards. Okay, and there's no there's no goal, and there's no deadline, and there's no, what else wouldn't there be? Those kind of things. I'll leave it at that for the minute. So what I mean by that is if you decide, now, that you want to, try being creative, there's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't try. In fact, I absolutely and totally encourage you to try. Because the only reason that you may not think that you're creative honestly, and I know this is kind of the watchword of the show. It is because you haven't practiced it. Okay, so if you're not great at photography, it's simply because you've not practiced, um, you know, practiced it enough. If you can't play guitar as well as you'd like, or keyboards, or sing, or whatever it is, again, it's because you haven't practiced enough. So, as I've said several times in this show so far, anything worth having requires effort and work and practice, and we have to keep repeating and just improving ourselves. Again, nobody's judging us. Okay, well, there's no standard that we have to meet. Any deadlines, there aren't any. Anything like that we do, are self-imposed limitations. Okay, and we can dump them completely because they're self-imposed. Okay, there's nobody, who can control what we want to do. Okay, we just have to take the time and do it, and have the discipline, to do it for ourselves. And we have to, we have to practice basically. Okay, and if you're not good at something, it is literally because you haven't practiced it enough. Okay, there's all sorts of things about how much time it takes to be a master at something. But whatever it is more than one go. And we have to continually do it and improve. And it's most things are like a muscle, in that we have to keep at them. If you don't exercise for a long time, you're going to put back on the weight or lose the muscles that that you've developed. If you don't practice guitar for a long time, down there, then you're going to forget how to play as fluidly as you did before. If you don't cook regularly, again, you're going to not make food as good because you've lost the knack. Okay, and you've got to get the knack back. And again, all of that is about practice. Okay, so that's that. So that's what that's kind of maybe what a lot of people's lives are like. And so it wasn't good before, and it's not going to get any better now because nothing has changed. Okay, so this is where we've got to really try and work this out now, and get our purpose back. And I think I've got that in the next bit of the thing. So I'm gonna just come back to this topic. Okay, I'm not going to shirk it, but I'm going to come back to it because I think I've got the answer to this in what I was going to do before I went into this, bit by bit. So let me come back to it in 1 second. Okay, so right, so feelings of isolation and not sharing. So that's something that we can deal with, pretty easily. Because we've already kind of gone through that, to be honest. And it's still going to be, having the discipline and taking the time out, to reach out. And so we need to make things events. We need to get commitments from people. We need to set time, and we're probably going to have to do this in the digital domain for now. Okay, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to do things in person again down the road. Okay, but for now we might do it in the digital domain. But we need to make it an event so that people appreciate it, not just I've done this, what do you think? And the casual kind of that's nice, dear. We actually want to do a kind of presentation is not quite the right word, but we need to do a concert or a gig or something that's just an audience with. We need to make a special time share specific things. Right? And again, we don't want to do it, ad hoc at random. Okay, it's the fact that we're making an event is really the thing that's going to make it important to everybody, including you. Okay, and that's the thing. Okay, and if you want a bit of fun with it and you want to make it, a competition, and a couple of you are, presenting the thing, and then people are going to, vote on it or something. It's just going to help to make it, important. But the event, and making time for the event is the thing that's going to, stop you being isolated and stop those feelings, because you are actually sharing whatever, even more than you did before, probably. And it's just, just that it's probably digital now. But that can mean on the phone, it could be webcams. You could do little broadcasts, and you can even open it up, to the world. Okay, so I mean, you could do what I'm doing now, which is a live stream. Okay, or you could do it on a webinar where you have more of a kind of a ticket system, so you can control who's coming. But on a live stream, this show now, it's open to the world. Okay, and people can, give me feedback. At the moment it's just text chat, but once it's once the live stream is finished on YouTube, they could even give me video replies. Okay, and then we've got the like button and the share buttons and stuff, on social media, and people could use those. And again, that's not isolation; that's opening it up to the whole world. So in some ways, not our chances, but our options have actually widened. Okay, so we're not isolated at all. Now we've got, as I said in one of the other shows, we've kind of gone, to the extremes. So we've either gone very local, which is the people in your social circle, or we've gone, global. Okay, it's only the middle ground, where you might travel 3 miles or something, that's really been affected. Okay, but everyone else, outside of that 3 mile radius, the people within your 100-foot radius, and the people beyond even your country, people you don't even know and never met at all, they're all available to you now. Okay, and whatever you're thinking and feeling, you can do that, and you can do it in all sorts of ways. It could be memes and pictures. It could be short stories. You could make films and animations. You could do comics, which is what I am going to be releasing soon. There's all sorts of formats. That you can do it in. It's not just having a conversation. With your voice, you can do all these kind of publishing formats now, and as I say, reach people all over the world. And I think that's pretty exciting, to be honest. But it's about rising, to the challenge. Okay, so another one, feeling trapped and having Groundhog Day. So Groundhog Day is when you live the same day over and over again, and it never seems to end. And it just gets tiresome, and you run out of hope, and all that kind of stuff. So this is going to be quite a big crossover with what we've already said, to be honest. So what is it that gives us the feeling of being trapped? And it's limited options. Right? Basically, when we can't have something, we want it. And when we should be thankful that we've got something, we don't appreciate it and we want more. So all of those kind of things. But we're feeling trapped because our options are limited. So how do we unlimit our options? Well, the first thing is options of what? Okay, so yeah, at the moment the places, local places or no places are limited, but digitally they're not at all. Okay, there's all sorts of virtual tours and stuff, and when virtual reality becomes more, and enhanced reality become more, all of those things can happen. But we can even just share and talk about the future or the past, and again those places that we're talking about are no longer limited, and we can just imagine in ourselves and visualize what it'd be like. And it's not dreaming, and I know it's not quite as good as doing it, but if you can imagine it deeply, I mean that's what a lot of people kind of want to do meditation for, because they can go outside of their body, they can go anywhere that they want. And if you can visualize stuff, then at least it's part of the way to actually doing it. So the places, who we're with, okay, but again, we've really kind of nailed that one, I think, because you can just phone them and do video calls and all that kind of stuff, and you can share what you're looking at, okay, or hearing. So it's as I said yesterday, the only thing we're missing is that we can't, we can't smell or touch them, and I haven't got a solution to that because I'm not that clever. But that's all you're missing, and as I said yesterday, maybe that could be a blessing. But we'll get that back. But at the moment, that's really the only thing we're missing when we do stuff digitally. Okay. We're still with these people, and as I say, we can be with people that we've never even met and we don't know yet. So it's pretty exciting. So what else is there? I guess it's what the actual activities that we can do. I know that one's harder, I agree. But trying to think of anything that you can't actually do beyond the places and the who. I don't think there really are any. Maybe I'm being stupid. I'm just missing a load, but not really. Again, just the format. I mean, in terms of sports, there are probably ways around most of that. I mean, swimming would be a hard one, but if you've got, you could do dry swimming. Maybe you've got an inflatable tub that you can put out in the garden if it's warm enough again tomorrow. What is it about swimming that you like? You've got the physical activity, and then you've got the kind of peace and quiet and the underwater kind of strangely isolation, and and maybe a bit of competitiveness with yourself, and growing your physical stamina and things, and just being wet. But they're all kind of things that you can probably get close to in different forms. But there's probably things that are two or three things that would give you the same kind of effect. Swimming. But anything else? Weightlifting, boxing, wrestling, karate, judo, tai chi, yoga. You can do all of those still in your house, or go out in the garden and do it, or whatever. So, I guess group sports like football, yes, that's harder. But you could do physical games of those, board games and stuff, or you could do, computer games. And then, the physical elements of that, you can probably recreate by, I don't know, I'm not a great sportsman, but but by running um, and what are those things? It's not aerobics. But our movements and knee things and P bodies what's that ball thing? Anyway, the ball thing. Weightlifting. So you can do physical stuff. And if it's a board game, you could have to do physical stuff in order to win the chance to play your next game on the board. So you could do a cross of physical and stuff. Anyway, but I'm sure you can come up with enough things to give you some kind of approach to sport. I mean, I know it's not ideal, but it's getting as close as we can. Is really what I'm encouraging to do, getting as close as we can, because that's way better than nothing. Okay, we can whinge and have nothing, and then just get depressed and really feel like we're missing out, or we can get as close as we can and be a little bit inventive, think outside the box, and doing that kind of stuff. Okay, but the other thing, let me just be lazy and take this box. The other thing in particular, about the Groundhog Day bit of it, okay, is simply what I've said before, is to be disciplined enough to create events. So rather than just letting stuff happen all the time or whenever it happens, make an event. Okay, events are really important because it gives us something to work towards. It gives us something to think about. It gives us something to look forward to. It gives us time to talk about and share and that kind of thing. And basically, I know that you're going to see routine as being every day, but we can change our routine, be different every day. Okay? Especially when we're at home and we're in control. We can do whatever you want. If you want to do housework on one day and not do any housework on others, then you can do that. There's nothing that says you have to do housework every day. Okay, it's up to you how you want to do that. And again, that's really the thing. We don't want to do anything every day. We don't want to do housework every day. We want to have a day off for doing housework. Okay, and then the next day when we do housework, then that's the difference. Okay, and so it's just little things like that. And again, your meal planning and stuff like that. If you're from the UK, I can't even say that now. Fish Fridays, not Fresh Fridays, was a kind of a thing. You'd have fish and chips on a Friday. Okay, well, we can't go out and have fish and chips on a Friday, but we can have, as close as we can get to fish and chips on a Friday. Okay, you see, it's just thinking outside. It's just thinking beyond the norm. Okay, because we think, it's Friday, fish and chips. Oh, we can't go to the fish and chip shop, but that doesn't mean that it can't be fish and chip Friday. Okay, and that's just a really small, stupid example, but just think about it, and you'll understand that it's not really much of a limitation. Okay, in an ideal world, we could go out and somebody else would do it, but we can do that. And also at the moment, don't forget that takeaways. I know it's a lot more expensive, but takeaways are still available, so you can still get somebody else to cook it for you if that's what you're if that's what you long for. Okay, limited options of variety. This is going to be a hard one, isn't it? So I think the first thing I'd say about that is I'm not sure how fantastically unlimited life is anyway, to be honest. Um, it's really down, uh, you know, um, to us, really. Um, and I think I put it to you that anything is still possible. What I think is missing, particularly if you've had a kind of empty life before now, is to put something, uh, you know, uh, to put something, really meaningful in there. Okay. Um, but the first thing I want to say is that, you can still help other people achieve what they want to do. Okay. And even if you're doing that digitally, that's still valid. Okay? And the reason to do that is if you're not sure what you want out of life, helping other people with, their stuff, just talking them through, just sharing, seeing how they're feeling, that kind of stuff, it's really going to help you as well. So, that may not be something you've done before. But, now is your chance. Just reach out and try and be there for other people. Okay. And you'll get something out of that in yourself, for yourself as well, because you'll see, the options and what they get out of it and all that kind of thing. And also other opportunities will come. I can't count the number of times I've helped somebody else and it's answered a question or opened up an opportunity for myself. Okay. It's just, it's incredible, what things can lead to. Okay. So you can help other people. Also, anything is still possible. I think the big, thing is what's meaningful to you. And I can't really answer that for you. Um, but, I can tell you, from my own point of view, I am kind of fascinated, um, with understanding myself, with understanding other people, because they're always a mystery to me. Okay. And, and for me, women in particular, massive, unsolvable puzzle. No offense meant to all the women listening. I'm sure men are just as unfathomable as well. Um, so that also I'm very interested in, technology, and particularly how it applies to music. And I'm fascinated and hooked on, music composition, and music technology in that sense. And, that kind of thing. And, and I also like visual stuff, and I also like just learning and understanding stuff. Okay? And I actually have a thing called a swipe file, which is just it's just a document or a folder or a scrapbook or whatever however you want to look at it, of stuff that amazes me. Okay, because the stuff that was the price of a house. I mean, literally, the price of a house when I was a teenager is now available to me, for like $100 or something, and it just amazes me. And some technology stuff is just so incredible, that so much is out there, and what it took, to create it, and the story behind stuff, right? And people's struggles to, to get that. I find all that inspiring, for me to do that, for myself. But I tell you the secret, if there is one, to this. Okay, the reason why you may not have picked up on this before is that these days we have so many options, and I think I said this in show one or something. But in this thing, these days we have so many options, that we almost, um, going to get ADHD. Because it's really hard, to focus on anything because there's so many options happening to us, at once. We are literally overwhelmed, literally overwhelmed with stuff, with options. And so, so we're kind of taught, you know, to go wide and get instant gratification. Right? And you might hate this, but I think this is the truth. And really, certainly from my own point of view, and for everything that I've seen, in other people, is satisfaction and fulfillment. And it always comes from going deeper. Okay? So one of the things that has always highlighted that for me, really, basically, is sorry, let's give that spelling mistake. Is that when you teach other people something, your understanding of it for yourself, rockets. Okay, and that's one of the ways, the easiest ways that I understand how to go deep into something. Because when you need to explain something to somebody else, you have to work out all the things that you've assumed, and all the things you've believed, and all the options you think can only happen one way. Is any of that true, and where does it come from, and how do you justify it, and how do you explain it? And people will always go why, and you can't just go because it is, we have to then try and work out why. Why does that? Why do I do it that way? Why does it happen? Why do I pick that option? What are the other options? Am I not covering all the options? Am I teaching the best version of this? Okay, and all of that makes you question everything that you do for yourself, and you justify it, and that just so you can explain it to other people. And as I say, that your understanding of that then makes you go deep, and really makes you look at things. It sounds a bit pretentious, but it almost makes you look at things on a molecular level. Okay, like you've always assumed, that a sandwich was a sandwich. Okay, but actually, when you look into how bread is made, and how a particular flour is made, and when you can understand how that affects the taste, then you're really starting to understand the sandwich. And that's just a bit, ridiculous throwaway idea there, but I'm just using it to illustrate that there's depth in everything. Okay, and when you start to understand stuff, then you get that depth, and that's very fulfilling and satisfying. And as I say, I've always found, as I say, that satisfaction and fulfillment always comes from going deeper. Being a master of something, being the guru level. Okay, and it's scary, and most people don't do it because then you have to make a choice, and when you make a choice, you're not doing something else. And we're all panicking, thinking, well, I don't want to not do something else because that might be better. It might be, might be better than what I've picked. I might have picked the wrong thing. So we tend not to pick, because that's the safest option. Well, I don't know whether to pick A or B. I'm too frightened that, I'll pick the wrong one, so I'll pick nothing. And then, of course, you don't get A, and you don't get B. And you never know, which was the better choice. And the reality, really, and I think this is super important. I'm going to take another blue box here. This seems to be the epiphany box, doesn't it? The other thing about that, about going deeper, but particularly about making choices. Okay, it's not usually whether it's A or B. Okay, because most decisions, and this took me a really long time to work, to understand this, and I probably still don't completely. But most decisions are not for life. We think that, whatever we do, that's it. It's for life. Like we pick a school. If we pick the wrong school, that's the only school we're ever going to go to in our lives. It's the only way we're ever going to learn anything in our lives. It's going to completely influence and control my entire future, and it's immovable. Okay, it's unchangeable. And we think that about relationships, and look what happens, to most people's relationships. They don't last a lifetime. Sadly, they might only last a few years, but we go into them thinking, oh, this is for life. Oh God, what if this is the wrong person? This is for life. Okay, and the reality is that most people don't make that decision for life. They make it for a few years, and then they change their minds. Maybe for the wrong reasons. Maybe they shouldn't change their minds. As I say, usually we want what we can't have, and when we've got something, we don't appreciate it. So that's all. They're all big, deep discussions for another time. But we make these decisions as though they're unchangeable. That they're going to influence everything for all time. They're infinite, and they're not. Almost, I can't think of anything particularly, that is infinite. Even these days, getting a tattoo is not necessarily infinite. You can kind of get them removed. So, I can't. There's not many things that are like that that I can think of at all. So if we didn't, kind of put that load on ourselves, and we just went, is this the best decision for this time? Am I going to really enjoy this? No matter how long it lasts, is it better for me to have these experiences or not? Okay, that's really the decision. Are you going to completely miss out on it because you're too afraid to make a choice, or are you going to, enjoy the choice that you've made? Okay, and that's really, the point. But going back to what I was going to say, it's not whether it's A or B. It's really what order. Okay, because in reality, you're going to do A and B. Okay, at some point, if it matters at all. It's just a case of which first. Why can you only have A or B? It's not really true. Okay, normally we can have both. It's just a case of when. Okay, and and the point is, as I say, is enjoy the choice you made. So if you pick B, enjoy B, because we don't even know if C, D, and E are coming along. Okay? At the moment we think there is only A and B, and they're the only options to us. Well, let's have one of them, because otherwise the option is nothing, and we don't want nothing. So we pick A or B, doesn't matter. We're probably going to end up with both of them, and in reality, there's probably C, D, and E waiting in the wings, which we can't even imagine right now. And then so we're going to end up with a life where we do B, and then E, and then we might do C, and then we might do A, and then we might do D. And then G might come along. We've no idea. So the point is, do you want to do nothing, or do you want to enjoy the choice that you've made? Okay, because no choice is wrong. It's just simply, with the information you have at that time, which order do you want to do it in? Okay, when you think of it as just which order you want to do it in, decisions are not really, that difficult. Okay, if you're thinking, oh God, am I going to have a career in aeronautics or scuba diving? It doesn't really matter. Just pick the one that makes the most sense right now. Okay, because down the road you're probably going to do the other one. There's nothing really to stop you doing the other one. Okay, so that's that. So in terms of limited options, no, I don't think there are. It's just we need to go deeper. Okay, it's not about going wider and having as many experiences as you can. It's about having a deep experience of something, and that's way more preferable than having no experience. Okay, almost promise you that. I think I can promise you that, but I don't want you to sue me in case I'm wrong. But I think that I think you can. I think I think if you follow that plan, I think it will work out for you. Okay, so the last one I've probably written on. I've gone way over time, which is unfortunate. Anyway, the last one, emotional stress from close confinement. So this isn't my area of expertise, um, but I'll just make a couple of um, observations and options or whatever. Yeah. So the bottom line is we all need some me time. Okay, and everybody, and we should all realise that, and we should all give each other some space. Okay, as because we know we all need it. But the other thing is, on the other side of that, the flip coin of that is we need to share some quality time together. Okay, in equal importance. Okay, and generally, it's about that sometimes you'll have to make not concessions. I'm going to have to use the word concessions because I've forgotten the word I had. We're going to have to make concessions. Okay, because you can't do A and you can't do B, so you're going to do a middle ground kind of thing. But hopefully, it's only some of the time. Okay, but that's really the way. As perfect a world as we could get, with other people would be. Okay, and it's just about practicing. I use that word again. I use it a lot. Practicing the balance of those three. Okay, because what we don't want is to always compromise. In fact, I think that was the word I was going to say. We don't always want to compromise because that will make us feel like we're never winning. But we don't always want to be a selfish git and do our thing, and not give quality time to the other people in our lives. And on the other hand, we don't want to only give quality time to other people and not have anything for ourselves. Okay, and if they love us, they should get that as well. And if they understand themselves, they should get that as well. So it's about practicing the balance of those three. So the longest married couples that I've encountered, who were still happy, very happy that they were together. They both realised basically that they needed to work at, or I think their word was work out. Work at, and my version of that is practice. But they needed to work at their relationship every day. Okay, because the relationship was important to both of them, and they knew it deserved, attention. Okay, and they, wouldn't just let things happen. They would, not plan it. That's not what I'm trying to say, but that they would, work at it to make sure that they were doing the best, version for both of them. And and that was the other thing is that they loved each other enough that they understood that it was for both of them. And as far as I know, they're still happy and still together. Another decade on. Okay, so this really works. But it wasn't just that they let shit happen. sorry, stuff I meant, you know, stuff happen, work at it. And again, if somebody's important to you, you need to practice your relationship with them and then with you. Okay, because we're all growing and having different experiences and going in different directions. And if you're a team or best friends, whatever, you need to practice that, being together. And it's hard. It's work. It's not necessarily joy. But again, if you're really into each other, if you really value that friend, you're going to be happy to put that work and energy in because it's going to be the basis of your relationship, your friendship, whatever it is. Okay, and I'm not saying this is easy. Okay, it's not easy, but this is what needs to happen if you want long-term relationships. If you're not prepared to put the work in, and go deep. I mean, again, another blue box in this is becoming the blue box of wisdom or something, kind of. It's really going deep into your most important relationships. Okay, versus having loads of fleeting relationships. And to use that old, whatever the word is, one night stands might be good for now, but at some point you're going to want fulfilling, monogamous, which I can't even spell, relationship. You want to, settle down and, and all that kind of stuff, and build, your final life, together. Sorry, that sounds a bit morbid, doesn't it? But, I mean, to invest in a future together, okay, into your most important, sorry. This is shaving, Higgins. Okay. And and that's the point. And and it's the same with everything, with your friends and best friends and all of that. So you can have lots of, shallow come and go friends, or shallow friends versus, BFFs, best friends for, wasn't it BFFL? Anyway, best friends for life, whatever that expression is. And and again, that's the choice. And what's the difference? It's working. Well, I'm going to stick to my word. It's practicing and going deep into that relationship. Okay? And if you're not prepared to do that, then maybe that relationship doesn't actually matter that much to you, and maybe you're looking for another one night stand or another shallow friend, who will dump you in 3 months. In either case, or you invest in that relationship and you practice going deep. Okay, so in the next show, I've got the answer to number whatever it was. 2 boxes, isn't it? That one, I think. No. Oh, purpose, yeah. So in the next one, actually, no, I'll put a different thing in. Hang on, sorry. So in the next show, I'm going to give you the my answer anyway. The sense of purpose, because that was a hard one. I think I have got the answer to it, but I've gone over. Oh my god, I've gone really over. So I haven't got time to do it right now, but I'll do it tomorrow. And you can remind me and call me names if I don't. But I just can't do it now because we literally have gone so over. It's not true. It's not even funny that it's so over. Anyway, and that'll be show number 10, which is significant somehow in some way, I'm sure, which escapes me at the moment. So that's it. So let me just see if there's any quick questions come in. Not seeing any there. Not seeing any on YouTube. So next time, I answer to purpose. Okay? And I think that's going to be a doozy, if that's a word. Okay? Yeah, I think it's going to be a doozy. Okay, so that's it for now. See you next time. Bye bye for now. Bye bye. Bye bye.